Hello everyone, and thank you for watching today's episode. For this video, I wanted to talk to you and discuss some of the places to sell when it comes to sell your silver and gold, your coins, your numismatic things. There's so many different places, websites. You've got Facebook, you've got eBay, you've got your LCS. Now, where's the best place to sell it? And that's what this video is going to be about today. So from 1 year of silver stacking, I have traded some pieces off. I have gone through different places, including eBay. I've used my LCS. I've used private buyers as well. And so this video, I just wanted to sum up some of the experience that I've had when it comes to actually selling the silver and the gold and the numismatic coins that you have. Where's the best place to get the best price, basically? So for this video, I'm going to use my own personal sort of experiences when I have sold some things. So let's get into it. So one of the main marketplaces when people will sell their coins to will be the LCS. Now, the LCS will pay you on the day. That's the benefit. That's the benefit of going to an LCS. They will pay you cash. They are the fastest way to gain cash. Probably if, let's say, you've got some silver bullion that you want to get rid of, they will probably pay you spot, potentially maybe a little maybe a percentage under spot. It depends what it is, really. If you've got American Silver Eagles, I know in the US they pay slightly above spot for that, but it's entirely different compared to where you are. But your LCS is going to be probably the first point of call, especially with people that might not know the market, potentially. So a spot of silver, I don't know, it's about £18 at the moment, maybe even £17. It's probably just under $20 at the moment. Now, that's what the LCS will give you, and that's not what you will pay for when you actually buy your silver. You obviously pay the premium on top, and this premium is where businesses gain their money from to stay, to stay in business. They've got employees, building costs, they've got to get stock. They have to have a little premium on top, but your LCS will pay you probably the worst price, the most lowest price, because they know people will sell it to them. But please don't be one of those people, because you can get so much more of a better deal, and we'll come on to that now. So I have used my LCS. I have used it to trade only. I haven't used it to sell anything, only to trade for some of my Morgans, which was an okay deal. It was fine. I was happy with it. They were happy with it, and it turned out to be okay. Now, the second place where a lot of people will sell their coins is eBay. Now, I did a video on eBay, should you sell on it, and the eBay, I watched a video by Backyard Bullion. If you're not sure on his channel, he's a channel on here covering gold and silver as well, and he described it as being the Wild West for coins, and I could not agree more. I've seen the best deals and the worst deals go on eBay. For example, I have sold a couple of items, 2 or 3 items, which did really well on eBay, a lot more than what I would have got at my LCS, and I would have got in the private market. I actually did very well. However, I found using eBay with its fees and its advertisement, the fees are extortionate. What you pay is just insane. I found it's not the best way. It is an easy way, potentially better than your LCS. You'll get paid better, but it's not a huge difference, I'll be honest. Now, the third way you can do it, which is probably the best option, I think, is to sell to private collectors and stackers. Now, the good thing about YouTube is you meet people from all over the world, and even though it might not make sense to buy bullion from, let's say, here in the UK, if you wanted to buy a bullion piece off me, it would make no sense, because import charges and tax and things, you just might as well just buy it in your own country, really. There's no point. But when it comes to actually selling your silver, let's say this Britannia, as opposed to getting £18 in the LCS, if I was to sell it, I could potentially get £25 from a private collector, private stacker. You know, you meet these people, you network with these people on marketplaces. There's plenty of good ones. Now, you need to be cautious because there are a lot of people that will scam. But in my experience on Facebook marketplaces, when I have sold silver or bought silver, I've never had a bad deal. You just have to have that element of safety. Know who is sending it. Just make sure they're reliable and trustworthy. Ask for vouchers, and also that history of deals that they have that perhaps can give you a bit more of a peace of mind, really, that you know when you're selling the silver to them, you're going to be sending it off, or you're going to be purchasing off someone that you know you're not going to get scammed, because that's the biggest thing. What's the point in saving £2 or £3 extra pounds or dollars for the sake of, let's say, a 1 ounce coin when you could have got it in store and know that it's legit, it's verified, as opposed to just trusting someone on the internet? So Facebook can be a scammer's paradise, so please be careful with it. Same with eBay, especially your information and everything. You just got to be really careful with people obtaining your information. If you haven't got a PO box, the UK, it's very expensive. The US are blessed with cheap PO boxes. And I really wish we had that over here, but you just have to be really cautious when you actually do want to sell it, because there are plenty of people that will say they're going to hold on to silver. You know, silver's going to rocket. It's going to go to $100. I don't think that's the case. And I think realistically, they probably don't think that's the case either. Silver needs to be kept low. Businesses, all sorts, industry, it's used for so much. There's a reason for that. And we like having silver at a cheap price. You know, it has hit highs of $50, but it's come straight back down, and there's a reason for that. So I think it's not to get too carried away that silver is a high quality investment, that you're going to get high returns. It's a savings account more than anything. It's a hedge against inflation. They can't create this stuff again. But it's also important bearing in mind that you want to get a good price for it when you do come to sell. And by all means, if you want to sell to your LCS, it's entirely up to you. They'll give you probably the quickest cash you can probably get if you do want to sell it to them. But I just know definitely in the short term, silver is volatile compared to gold. You will lose money. As opposed to gold, if you bought a 10th ounce of gold, let's say last year, you probably would have made about $20 or $30 on top, because gold is up. I don't know if gold stayed the same, but last week it was up and it was a good price. I actually didn't buy any because it was quite expensive compared to what it was last year. But gold is a lot more stable. It does increase over time. It hasn't done as well as silver, but who knows? Let me know your thoughts. Let me know where you sell your coins, and I will see you in the next one.